I think that's totally fine. And I think the big point here, though, what I want to stress and what I want the guru industry to do more of is get more objective nice John. Get more objective metrics on what their students are actually doing, right? Like, I think that's so important to actually know how much and sometimes it's hard to get this data, I understand. But if you can prove that, I think that's huge, and I think that should be all over your ad. Like, 1 out of 10 of my students are making this money. Like, clearly it's a formula that works. But what I don't accept, and what all the gurus do, is they just use anecdote. A lot of my guys are achieving success. And it's like they never bring up the people they banned from their Facebook group. I'm not saying you do this, John, but a lot of people do. Banned from their Facebook group for complaining about the fact they're now in debt because of their course. Right? They never talk about those guys. So I don't accept the anecdotal argument. I want to see more statistics, but I'd be happy if people included more of that. I want to see more of it.
Okay. John, real quick, do you have anything to add to that before we move on?
No.
Awesome. Okay, so that's the refund section. So the next part of this debate is going to be talking about financing. And what we mean by financing is it okay to go out and take on debt to educate yourself via online courses? Now, last time we had John start, so I think it's fair that we have Stephen start this debate. So, Stephen, financing for or against, and why?
Very against financing, because I think the kinds of people it attracts it just perpetuates a predatory business model, because unfortunately the people who are very commonly found as victims of these I would call them scams. Some people call them other things. These high-ticket guru courses that people feel like they're going to make a ton of money. They're often people that are not making a lot of money. They're desperate. And because they're desperate, they're willing to do anything. And financing allows them to go in the hole, which is always a bad idea, but especially a bad idea for a high-risk investment. John himself said 90% of people fail. Meaning 90% of people, and I agree, and I think that's a fair admission, but if you say 90%, you have a 90% chance of this investment not working out for you, don't go into debt for that investment. No one would tell you that, right? Like, that's a very bad idea. It's like buying a lottery ticket. Like, what, you're not going to suggest people go buy lottery tickets, especially on credit. So why are we doing that for guru courses if the failure rate is really bad, which I think everybody agrees it kind of is. So no, I'm a very much not in favor. I'll say real quick, it's not illegal to offer financing, but I think predatory and illegal are two different things. And it's going to be my contention. I'm going to let John respond, but it's my contention that fake guru courses are preying on broke, desperate young people.
Cool.
John?
So first off, financing, going into debt for things. Let's talk about things, people go into debt for their house. People go into debt for a car. People go into debt for an education. People go into debt for a variety of reasons. They buy, they even finance sofas now if you want to get, like some fancy sofa. People go into debt for all sorts of dumb material things that are never going to take them high, anywhere in life. A nicer car is not going to help you be a better person or earn more money. Whereas education and an educational course and learning from legitimate teachers is the best thing you could ever go into debt for, period. So I'm all for it.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to respond to that real quick. So first of all, there is a specific type of financing that I'm very against, which is unsecured loans, which are typically much higher interest rates. And what I've seen is that it gets people to spiral, keep trying to make their money back, right? And so I've had several of these people on my program where they go, oh, I bought Dan Locke's course, and then I bought his up level because, well, I didn't make any money. And then I bought his up level, and then I didn't make any money. And then I tried to buy his Dan Locke Millionaire Mastermind, whatever it is, and my credit card got declined. because I'm so far in the hole. But the point is, they just chase it forever. They just chase it forever of like, oh, it's just the next, it's one buy. My success is one buy around the corner, right? And so why I feel that about specifically courses is I feel like there are two kinds of things that I know of that are very demand inelastic. And so what I mean by that is that there is no price at which you would not pay for these two items. Those two items are things that will make you wealthy and things that will make you healthy. So if you have cancer, anybody can pay you any price. They'll tell you to any price for any drug, and you're going to pay it, right?
Yeah.
There's a certain price at which American society we kind of get disgusted. We're like, this is gross, and people are getting they're getting sick. They can't pay for this drug. Okay, let's call this what it is. It's predatory. We need like drug price controls. Even though from a capitalist perspective, they can charge whatever they want. So I feel the same way about courses. So courses are the same. If you promise me that I'm going to make thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe you have an income disclaimer that says I shouldn't believe any of that. But if I believe you, I will pay any price for it. And so I think it is a quick rabbit hole down into further debt and getting into a worse place than you started.
Yeah. I you know what? I'm like, yes, obviously medical, like medical you can go into debt for, but no, I just, you know what? This is the same discussion as kind of like, is it worth it? Like, how far are you willing to go? If something's not worth it, don't buy it. If something's, great, I say, go into debt, go into debt for it. You're improving your mind. You're helping yourself. Overall, that being said, we don't actually, we do seminars, and we have, I actually have a seminar coming up next week. We have a couple hundred people. If anybody here on the channel is going to my seminar, see you guys there. Vegas, baby.
Put racks in chat if you're going to Vegas.
I don't think anybody hears. But but the point, if you're going to Vegas, let me know for Affiliate Summit. I'll see you guys out there. But dude, we have a crazy party. I set up some good parties. Nice. But overall, we actually don't do financing in my company because there are additional legal liabilities with financing that we just don't want to mess around with. That being said, I am all for it.
Okay. Let me get to a few of these chats real quick. Sorry to interrupt real quick. I'm going to blow through them. And I want to hit this one specifically because it's for John. It says, courses got me out of my job. I'll be debt-free in a couple months and only work from a laptop from anywhere. Not possible with my old banking job. Nice. Let's see here. Tim Parkin says, John's course teaches you to sell his course. True or false? He mentioned Ponzi schemes. If true, doesn't that make him a Ponzi scheme? Please discuss. Let me get through these real quick. Johnny Doe says, John, do you have a course on beards? Nice. Yeah, you should. It's a pretty nice beard, I made
not
fun
gay,
of the
bro.
hair, but nice
not
beard.
Not gay, bro. Got a wife.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Again, thanks for all these chats. And then finally, we have Life Insurance Dojo. CoffeeZilla, most course sellers will refund if people are upset in order to protect their high dispute rate. Because if you get too high of a dispute, your Stripe or PayPal will ban your business. No scammer can keep the account. Okay. Nice. Thanks for that. Do you want to address Tim Parkin's thing while Spencer's gone real quick about John's course teaches you to sell his course? True or false? He mentioned Ponzi schemes. If that's true, doesn't make it a Ponzi scheme. Do you want to address that?
Yeah. So a Ponzi scheme is where you put money in and you are supposed to get money out. Now the next thing, what he actually is trying to refer to is that it's a multi-level marketing program, meaning that it's that I'm teaching people how to, which it's not. So yes, I am teaching people how to sell my course within my course. I'm teaching them how to sell my program. And that's part of the reason why I do teach it. Well, I use it as my example throughout my course. So one of the issues that I came up against is because affiliate marketing programs are always going up and down. Basically, I said, I need an example to use for teaching people Google ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads,